Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Coach's Interview. I'm your host, Liam Franklin, joined by Plainsman basketball head coach Russell Gilmore. So, Coach Gilmore, your team is sitting at 10-11 overall and 5-8 in district. How would you evaluate your team's progress up to this point?
You know, it's kind of been up and down. We've had games where we have played really, really well once we're able, and it's basically revolves around if we're shooting the ball well or not. The better that we shoot the ball, obviously, the better our press has been.
Yeah.
And when we struggle to score the way it was against Sapulpa and the way it was against Edmond North, it makes it really hard to get into your press. As long as we can get into our press, we're at our best. But the problem's been the last two games is that we've not been able to get into our press because we shot the ball so poorly. So, that's a key. Same thing, with our opponent tonight, Broken Arrow. We struggled in the first half of shooting it. In the second half, we started shooting the ball a lot better, and we're able to get in our press, and we created a lot of turnovers and was able to put up 46 points in the second half. So, that's kind of been the key for us.
Well, you talk about those last few games. It's been kind of a rocky second half of the season, but what has been the most consistent strength of this team, and where do you see the most room for growth?
Well, probably the most consistent has been our defense. The only time that's probably let up, once again, is when the fact that, we didn't shoot the ball that well. But I'd say probably the most consistent factor has been really our defense. Outside of 3 or 4 games, I'd say most of the part that's what's held us together. And just the fact that, we've been able to play, and like I was telling you at the beginning of the year, we've got 9 or 10 kids that are about the same. They're all about the same height. They're all about the same equal ability, athletic-wise, and really that's been an advantage for us in the fact that we can play a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, you guys had a big win against Bartlesville this past Friday, 78-37. What clicked for the team in that game?
Well, I think we shot the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
We started off fast. We've been talking about that all year long, and our system is designed for high energy, lots of intensity, lots of enthusiasm, and starting off fast and jumping on people and getting them down, and we were able to do that against Bartlesville, and we shot it real well, and then we started settling in and creating turnovers and stuff like that. So once again, probably the major factor is just the fact that we shot it well.
Yeah, so you guys had games at the beginning of the year against Sapulpa and Edmond North. Edmond North, an upset win. They were third in the state at the time, an upset win. And then Sapulpa was a big win by about 30 points. Well, you guys went to their territory, and it was kind of another story. What did you see from your team in those losses that maybe you can build on going into this final game tonight and going into next week in playoffs?
Well, probably here again, the main thing is to offensively try to, keep the turnovers down so we get more opportunities to score. We turned the ball over a bunch early against Sapulpa. We turned it over quite a bit early in the second half against Edmond North. We had Edmond North tied the other night at 20, and at one time we had them down 4 in the first half, and it's because we kept our turnovers down. In the second half, they have a kid that's been with them for 3 years, starters for 3 years, and he got loose and really hurt us in the second half. And then once we struggled to score, we started turning it over, and that hurt us. So I think the biggest thing is you play a team like Broken Arrow, you can't go around and turn the ball over and expect to have any type of success at all. They're too big and strong, physical bunch. We've just got to keep our turnovers down, and hopefully playing at home we'll be more relaxed and shoot the ball better. And if we do that, then we'll be able to get into our press, because I still feel that we score, we can hurt them some with our press.
Yeah. So after those 2 losses here recently, how is the team staying focused and motivated after these losses?
Well, it's tough, at this time of year, like I said. But we knew we had a tough part of our schedule coming up. We had a 6-game run there where we were really playing well, and winning games, but they were winnable, winnable type of games, and we were winning every game that we've had the opportunity where we've been in it late, we have won, with the exception of Heritage Hall, and I think we got beat one point that game. Mm-hmm. So that's a plus for us, and we just try to just keep them positive. In the second half, like it's the other night, Friday night, we struggled to score, but we maintained it being positive and just told them that, we're going to play at home. It's going to be the last home game for 3 seniors, and let's put it together now, because we're at that time of year, within another week it's going to be playoff time. So, you just have to lick your wounds, and you can't stay down very long, because in a game of basketball, you turn around and play right back again.
Yeah. So what are some key things and some key players you're looking to tonight, capping off the regular season against Broken Arrow?
Well, the key again against these guys is keeping the turnovers down. Mm-hmm. We're all right. We were all right over there when they were manning us, but we struggled with their half court trap. Because they're so lengthy, they're long, and they don't have any real tall ones, but they're all around 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", which is considerably bigger than what we are. So we have to do a good job there of handling the basketball, making good decisions, having some patience when patience called for, and at the same time be able to shoot it a little bit over the top of them. They against Sand Springs the other night, they got beat. They manned mainly against Sand Springs, and but against us, we struggled so much with that trap. I would think they'd come out and run that quite a bit. So we just got to maintain our poise, patience, be able to shoot it some over the top of them, and get them into some transition and take care of the ball and get some, hopefully get some easy turnovers off our press.
Yep, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's sure to be a good one. Coming up next, your 10-11 Enid Plainsmen that take on the 21-2 Broken Arrow Tigers. Thank you for your time, Coach Gilmore, and we'll see you next week. Go Big Blue!